Hi, everybody. This is Meg, and this is some chair yoga for friends of mine who had requested it. So happy to do this for you. I really wish that we could do this in person, but until that time, we will just have to meet here in this virtual yoga land. Listen, before we get started, just making sure that you have a really sturdy chair. This is the chair from our dining room table, and it really isn't going where anytime soon. I would sort of avoid chairs that are folding or chairs that are on wheels, of course. And chairs that have arms are helpful for some, and for others, not so helpful. So let's just take it easy and see how this goes. We can always improve with time. One of the things that I would like to tell you to do is to grab something that you could put your hands on. For lots of us in a living room situation, we have like a little ottoman, a little footstool that we might use. You can always go ahead and grab another chair. Sometimes that's effective, but we're going to kind of fold over our knees, and sometimes it feels better to place your hands on a block. By the way, these are Gaian blocks. They're made out of foam. You can buy them very easily online. You really don't need a yoga mat for this. If you feel like you could scooch around on your chair, you know, nice to have a yoga mat underneath your chair. A sticky mat is what we call them. But that's not necessary. We can do our yoga anywhere. And in fact, that's just something that we really need to remember, is that yoga is a practice that is accessible to all and to anywhere you are. I like to practice in community, but that's not possible right now. And one of the things that I remind myself is that by practicing, I'm practicing as people have been doing for millennia. And I'm finding the peace and the joy of the present moment. That's where we all need to be right now, right? So anyway, let's get started. Just find yourself here. I do have my tennis shoes on today, just knowing that a lot of folks that practice chair yoga kind of like to feel grounded in their feet. And if it feels better for you to take your shoes off, for sure, please feel free to do that. But let's just find ourselves comfortable sitting in our chair mountain pose. And that means that we're going to have some purpose and some strength in our pose. One of the first things to think about is to sit completely balanced on your sit bones, the base of your pelvis. The other way to think about this is to engage through your inner thighs and having your knees directly over your ankles and your knees going straight out. Pull your belly in and up. So we really need to keep some strength in the pelvic core. Allow your shoulder blades to float down the back. From here, let's just do a little bit of neck rolls. So very carefully, let your left ear come to your left shoulder, and then slow on your inhale down, chin to chest, and on exhale, bring your right ear to right shoulder. And we're just going to take this slow and easy. Sometimes I have a friend who likes to talk about all the noise he hears in his cervical spine as he does this. So just kind of tuning in to where you are, all the sensations of musculature around your neck. And let the breath enter tight or tired places. All of us have been kind of anxious and worried, and lots of us carry that anxious, worried in our upper part of our body around our neck. So just feel as though you're giving the antidote to your body right now. Allow it to calm and to be at peace. All right. Next time you come down with the chin to the chest, lift your head and find mountain pose. I like to really feel as though I'm placing my shoulder blades down the back and really lengthening through my neck. So lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And once again, place the shoulder blades down the back. A couple more times like that. Again, just feeling the musculature right here in the upper part of the chest. Excuse me. And down. And then let's take it in the opposite direction. So working up and around. Beautiful. And around, sitting up really tall in the spine. Hands come high to the sky, just until you feel like you're out of balance. So there's a beautiful place that we are in our spine, sitting on our sit bones. And then sometimes when we reach up, we kind of throw our way out of alignment. So even if your hands are here, let's say you have a bum shoulder and your hands need to be here, your hands are here. Not a big deal. We're just going to really try and pull the belly in and up and find our mountain pose here, or extended mountain pose, wherever your hands are. Deep, full breath in and out. And now go ahead and drop the right hand down to the chair. You can hold on to the chair if that feels good, or you can just lean yourself over for a big side stretch. Feel length here in the left side body. Deep, full breath in. Stay balanced on both feet. Both feet have some weight. And then both hands high to the sky or wherever your hands are, just fine. Drop the left hand down and take a big side stretch. Again, if you have a bum shoulder, it kind of looks like this, right? We're just going to stay long in this side body. Deep, full breath in. One more. And both hands high or wherever you are. Take a twist now to the right. This time, your left hand to the outside of your right knee and your right hand back behind you. It can be light on the chair behind you, or you can hold on to the chair one more time. Let's sit up really tall. Keep some engagement in the legs. Exhale. Feel your left side body moving to the right side wall. Each inhale, grow tall through the crown of the spine. Keep a gentle tuck of the chin. Exhale. Feel your belly moving your rib cage a little bit deeper into the twist. Let's give it one more. And out. Beautiful. Again, up with the hands or just lengthening through the spine, and then over to the left. Again, sit up tall, place more weight in both of the feet, lengthen up through the crown of the head, exhale, pull the belly button in and up. Just find your way into this twist. Shoulder blades might be raising up towards the earlobes. Feel free to let them come down the back. And then back up. Beautiful. Let's take one more little side bend. This one is going to be kind of an upper trapezius stretch as well. So one more time, drop your left ear to your left shoulder, and then hold on to the chair with your right hand. And then let's just side stretch this way. So we're sort of giving ourselves some space right here. Oof. Boy, I can really feel the last couple of weeks right here in my upper trapezius. Let the ear hang towards the shoulder. Breathe right here. Feel as though the breath is like a rock. And then we'll come all the way back up. Stretch out through the crown of your head. And now let's bring the left hand to the chair and just Duck your right ear to your right shoulder. Keep a tuck of the chin, just so we get that big stretch here in the upper trapezius. Feels so good just to move the body just a little bit, doesn't it? Just let the peace of the body bring peace to the mind. And now hands high to the sky. And then let's take just a little forward fold. So trace the shins all the way down to your feet. Here's where those blocks might come in handy. If you just feel like you're hanging here without a purpose, it might feel good just to hang. Okay, let head and neck hang heavy. Either hands on the blocks or hands just hanging. Deep, full breath. Really feel the breath in your back body. Exhale, pull the belly in and up. Keep engaged in your inner thighs. Give it another full deep breath in. And out. And now careful, careful as we come all the way back up. Trace the shins, trace your quads, and then back to our seat. So we'll take a little bit of seated vinyasa and just give yourself a moment to notice if the forward fold there felt okay. Did you feel dizzy as you came up? If so, we're just going to take it only to a 45-degree angle to your chair, okay? So let's just try our vinyasa. Feel free to take whatever little bits you want to and create your own vinyasa. Vinyasa in Sanskrit just means to place in a special way. And so it just means that we're finding some kind of ritual in our body that can help us calm our mind. So it might be something that is really particular to you or to this moment that just feels like you should do it. Please feel free to take the time. All right. So this is called a reverse swan dive. Again, for those of us with hard shoulders, it might just be working on one side. That's okay. So reverse swan dive all the way up, and then exhale. Take a forward fold all the way down. On your inhale, come all the way back up, 45-degree angle to your chair. Exhale, bring your hands down like you're pulling on a big weight. This is called cactus arms. And then inhale all the way up, hands high, and hands together, heart center. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhale, hands high, and take a forward fold over your knees. Inhale, back up to the knees. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale all the way up and hands together, heart center. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale all the way back to your knees. Pull that belly into it. Exhaling, cactus arms. Inhale all the way up. And hands together, heart center. Last time. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, back to your knees. Find the belly. Cactus arms on exhale. Inhale, back up. And hands together, heart center. Beautiful. Let's begin a little bit of march, just to feel like we're bringing a little bit of energy into our lower body. From here, on your inhale, send your foot out in front of you. Point your toe. Now flex your foot and bring it back. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, out, flex, point, and back. 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 Out with the right foot. flex. Point your foot. Back. Out, flex, point, 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 back. Whoops. And see how silent you can be. All right. From here, let's take a little bit of jumping jack. So make sure that you're kind of solid on your chair. And then we're going to inhale everything out. Exhale everything back in. Inhale out. Exhale 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 in. Let's just keep it going. Maybe a moving meditation. Just feel as though we're starting to raise the heart rate up using our big muscle groups. Get some warmth in here. Get some joy rising, right? This is all about feeling how alive we are right here in this very moment. All right, one more time. And back. Find your mountain pose. From here, lift that left leg up, send it out, back up and down. Right leg up, out, back and down. 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 Last time, both sides. And beautiful, everybody. Okay, let's try a little bit of using those big muscle groups. This is such a wonderful thing for all of us to practice, all right? Two ways to do this, and I'm going to turn my chair so you can see how I'm going to do this. First is I'm going to find my firm foundation here. Mountain pose. I feel like I've got my feet fully planted on the earth, and I've got my mountain pose on. This is a good thing to practice, getting in and up out of a chair, right? So you can either hold on to your shoulders or you can hold on to the chair. Fine. Whatever we're doing this with intention, all right? So as we come up, we lean forward just like that 45-degree angle we had when we did cactus arms. We have to get that sense of cactus arms too, right? We've got to get our shoulder blades down the back and our belly engaged. And then come onto your feet and inhale all the way up. Okay? Take a deep full breath here in mountain pose. Exhale. Go ahead and sit on down. Look for the chair all the way down. All right? Let's see what our baseline is today. So I kind of like to take this slow because I think sometimes we sort of throw ourselves into shapes or throw ourselves into movement without really taking the time to be very sure about where our energy is in the shape or in the practice. So let me turn around to face you one more time. And then, again, you can be like this. This is just fine too. Find your strong mountain. Deep inhale. Leaning forward all the way up. Find your mountain. Exhale. Find the chair and down. Inhale it up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Oopsie, my chair moves, so make sure. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Wonderful. 2 more. And all the way down. And up. And all the way down. Beautiful. Let's take a moment. Palms face up. Find your mountain pose. Just reflect. Observe. See what's coming up for you. And all the way out of your chair once again. Let's come back to the back of your chair. And from here, I'm going to turn it around so you can see me this way. We're going to take our vinyasa with the chair this time. Again, this is just about placing in a special way. But let's begin with the movements of the spine. So bring your left hand to the back of the chair. Inhale, your right hand high to the sky. Take the side stretch over. And then back up to the center. And let's take it on the other side. Just turn around, face the opposite wall. And now opposite hand up and over. And inhale back. And this time we'll face the chair. Let's get a nice wide stance in the chair. So my legs are about this wide apart. See where you feel pretty comfortable. And then we're just going to do a couple of pliés. Again, holding onto the chair, just bending our knees and dipping down. Let's try and stay as neutral in the spine as we can. So the belly is engaged, the pelvic core is engaged, and we're just moving up and down using the big muscle groups of the legs. All right? You feel that engagement, moving up and down. All right. And now we'll come back to the center. And this one, I learned from a wonderful teacher online. This one is called Curtsy. And I love this because it really engages our outer hip. So stand up really tall, mountain pose. And now with your left leg, just send it out to the wall and then back down. Out to the side wall and back down. Doesn't need huge. And in fact, the more I did it, the more I was kind of leaning over. I don't want to lean over. I just want to find my foot flex up and out. Up and out. Up and out. There we go. 2 more times here. And this time, when you come out, bring the foot in front of you, ball of the foot to the outside of your standing leg, and bend, curtsy. And then come back, bring the foot out, back behind you, place the ball of the foot on to the floor, and we'll just keep going. Front, ball the foot down, curtsy, and out, behind, and curtsy. Out and behind, in front, and curtsy. Out and behind, and curtsy. Beautiful. Let's turn it around. I'll do it on this side. You don't need to move your chair. You can just sort of turn around, right? So here we go. Find your mountain pose. Belly engaged, glutes are engaged. Tall in the spine. And now find just that lifting up of the foot, flexing the foot, and moving it over. So you'll feel it in your hip flexors. That's it. Feel it in the other standing leg as well. There you go. One more. Now, this time when you come out, come in front and curtsy, out and back and curtsy, out and front and curtsy. Don't lose that beautiful neutral spine. Out and front and curtsy, out and back and curtsy, out in front and curtsy. Last time. And curtsy and back. Beautiful. Now let's take that vinyasa. So you can let go of the chair if that feels okay. Hands high to the sky. And then let's step away from the chair as we take our body into an L shape. So body here, you can't really see with this big top of mine, but I've got my belly engaged. The sit bones are like plugged in almost to the wall behind me. It's almost like I was sitting on the wall behind me. Shoulder blades down and belly is engaged. Let's just breathe here in our downward facing dog. Deep full breath in and out. Give one more full deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Bring your right foot up for your warrior one foot pattern. So there's a bend into that right knee. I've still got my hands on the chair. My back foot is completely into the mat. My back leg is straight, strong. And if it feels okay, maybe lifting one hand up, maybe both hands high for your warrior one. Give it a full deep breath in. Engage through those quads on the front leg. Push into the back heel. Keep breathing. And then bring your hands down to the chair and step yourself back to another downward facing dog. Shoulder blades down the back. Arms are activated. And the inner thighs are activated. Really grow tall and long through the spine. Feel those sit bones against the wall behind you. Now coming up, taking a big step forward with the left foot for your warrior one foot pattern on this side. Again, we're going to try and move so that our hips are square to the chair, back leg engaged, front knee directly over front ankle. And once again, you can hold on to the chair or you can have both hands high. We're just looking for stability here. And breath. So pay attention to the quality of your breath. We really never want to hold our breath in yoga. Breath is so important to the practice. It is the practice. You can breathe if you do yoga. All right, bring your hands down. And once again, we're going to step ourselves back to our downward facing dog. So just maybe a little wag the tail here. And then coming all the way back up. Let's once again the chair in front like this. And we'll do some big hula hooping. So just round and round with the hips, round and round. Opposite direction, round and round. And see what you have to do with your feet to get there. I have my feet kind of far apart. You might want yours closer. This is called the hula hoop. So just feel as though you're getting into all of those spaces. And there you go. Lovely. Now, from here, we're going to take ourselves a little bit of a balance pose. So your choice. You can have your hand, be to the side of your chair. You can be like this with your chair. Sometimes for those of us who are really having a hard time with balance, it's nice to have two chairs right next to each other, two chairs that you can hang on to. Wherever we are, let's just find ourselves once again standing up straight and tall in mountain pose. Shoulder blades down the back, growing tall through the crown of your head. From here, lift your outside knee up towards your belly for stork. Let's keep a flex in the foot and see if we can keep the ankle and the knee in a line for stork. Now, we don't have to go any farther than right here. If you'd like to take a little bit of a hip opener, you can bring your leg out, opening yourself like a book, but let's try hard to stay really square with this front hip. All right? And then find your way into your version of tree. Wherever you are, whether you're here or whether you're here, sit up really tall in the standing leg, and maybe, just maybe, lifting that hand that's not touching the chair up to the sky. Maybe, just maybe, taking a side stretch towards the chair. And then back up to center and march it out. Now, if I was doing this on my own in my own house, I would just turn it around and take it on the opposite side. But since I'm facing you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move my chair. You don't need to be moving your chair so much. Once again, find yourself in mountain, belly engaged. Your feet fully planted, sitting up tall. This beautiful expanse of your upper part of your chest, opening, shoulder blades coming down the back. Chin has a little bit of a tuck in it. And from here, round into the foot closest to the chair, the foot away from the chair, lift up into stork. Once again, we're glad that we did a little bit of that warm up with our big muscles in the legs, helping us stay stable. Stand really tall in that standing leg. Now, either stay right here or open that knee like a book and find your version of tree. So for me, when I take this, I can really feel it in my hip. I have to engage through my belly in order to feel a little bit of relaxation in my hip. And then maybe that outside hand up to the sky. Maybe taking a side stretch over to the chair. And then back up to center. If you're in tree, let's all bring it up to our stork and march it out. Beautiful. Now, come on down to your chair one more time. I'm going to check the time because this is not about, exhausting us. It's just about finding a little bit of peace and quiet in the day where we can just really embody ourselves, really feel as though we're using this gift that has been given us, this beautiful body, towards finding peace and joy, finding the things that are really true in our world, rather than all of this other stuff that is creating a sense of anxiety about us. Not that they're not true, but we can always find the truth. The truth is love, joy, peace. It's right here. You don't have to go any farther than right here in this body. So find yourself once again in your mountain pose. And let's find the palms face up for a little bit more energy. Palms face down if you feel like all of that activity has gotten you a little bit, unfocused. Palms face down for grounding. that was a little bit of chair yoga with me. And I so enjoyed being here and helping you through the process. I'm sure that as you were doing this in your body, you thought of things that you'd like to do or things you wouldn't like to do. And that's what this whole process is about, finding your practice of yoga and letting your inner teacher talk to you about things that you need to find in the body. So I'll continue to produce a couple of these as we sit in our homes. It feels as though I can be of service to friends who are isolated like I am. So let me know what you want. I'm happy to oblige. But until then, peace and comfort, light and love to you and all you love. We'll see each other soon. Bye.